Brilliance Audio.
Strictly Business by Ruth Cardello. Performed by Rock Engel and Lori West. Jessie. The flustered-looking brunette, whose briefcase had just popped open and dumped papers at her feet, was the reason I was still in jeans. I blamed her for the fact that I was wearing work boots for the second day in a row. When I'd offered to pretend to be my twin brother Scott, I'd imagined investing only a few hours into the charade. I should have already been back in my office in Brookline, fielding calls from news stations regarding the most recent and most impressive contract Rehoboth Heating and Cooling had ever landed. Yet there I was, standing on a porch with peeling paint, wondering why the hell I'd agreed to stay on another day. When Crystal Holmes, a rep from Stedman Oil, rescheduled the meeting she'd arranged with Scott, I'd seen it for what it was. A classic power play. "Scott Millville?" Miss Holmes asked in a breathless voice. "That's me," I lied. She squared her shoulders. "My name is Crystal Holmes. We have an appointment?" "Had," I said. "Yesterday. I was here. You were, She walked toward me. "Unavoidably detained. I did text you asking if it would be okay if I came today." "I don't recall responding that it would be." I looked her over again. So humble. So tentative. I didn't believe it for a second. Just how stupid did they think my twin was? She held my gaze and smiled. And yet, here I am. I pushed off the railing and slowly made my way down the steps. Although she was doing her best to appear non-threatening, we both knew she wasn't. How far would she take the game? Stopping less than a foot from her, I looked her up and down slowly, then nodded toward her and her briefcase. "You have nothing I'm interested in." The flush of red that spread up her neck was a tell that my comment had stung. Her smile wavered, but held. "I'm sorry you feel that way. Please, it's a new offer, a better one. You should at least hear it before turning it down." I could not have been clearer about not wanting to sell.
Crystal. As I sped toward my hotel, I tried to calm my nerves. More than anything else, I didn't want to disappoint my uncle again. Telling him that I'd missed my first meeting with Scott Millville had been tough enough. Not that my uncle's response had been harsh. Once I'd told him my reason, he was understanding, but we both knew I'd let him down. My phone buzzed with a message. I ignored it. Whatever anyone wanted could wait until I wasn't driving. A moment later, my phone rang. I answered, even though I wasn't keen on doing that while driving either, not even with Bluetooth. But I needed to know that it wasn't an emergency. "Hello? Have you met the farmer yet?" Ellie, my best friend/roommate, asked. I let out a relieved breath. I did. He wasn't too happy to see me, but I believe I've smoothed that over. "I'm so sorry about yesterday." "Don't be. You would have done the same for me." "I would, but it was bad timing. So did he read over the offer? What did he say?" "We didn't get that far. I'm heading back to my hotel to change into jeans. He said he'd consider looking it over if I help him with some barn chores." "That's odd." "Agreed, but it's better than the flat-out no he started with." "I suppose." After a pause, she said, "This is my fault. I should have waited for the tow truck by myself. I need to stop watching movies where a scenario like that leads to women ending up in a cage under some guy's floorboards." "You definitely need to stop watching those. But seriously, I'm glad I could help. That's what friends are for, right?" "Right. So, was the farmer as yummy as he looked in the photo you showed me?" My skin flushed as I remembered him standing on the porch, all muscle and broody eyes. If asked, I would have said I valued intelligence and humor over the package they came in. But he was a man I'd bet any woman would have been drawn to. I might have briefly indulged in a fantasy that involved him tossing me over his shoulder and carrying me to his bed, or the stairs, or wherever he wanted. Ellie chuckled and asked, "Not willing to say? That hot?" I smiled. "Actually, yes. I wish I'd gone with you." "Too late." Wanting to keep things light, I joked, "I saw him first. He's all mine." She chuckled. "And does he have a brother?" "Sorry, no. Guess you'll just have to find your own gorgeous farmer." She countered in a serious tone. "Be careful. I don't want to see you get hurt."